All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Speed Gaming fans. I'm WX Fan 21, joined by Loyal Imperial here in the commentary booth. Imperial, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. I'm ready to see what Autumn's been cooking because she spoiled a bit that she's been working on some stuff in the background here.
Excellent. All right, so for those who have no idea, we're going to get the racer synced up as well, so you don't got to worry about that. So this is 100%. That means we're going to get every single item in the game. There is no bonus items that we have to get. So it's going to be a ton of fun. First thing we have to do is we have to go and invest. Well, not we. Samus has to go investigate here on the research station where the explosion happened in the quarantine bay. And you see Autumn trying out some wall jumps. Very small spots to execute those wall jumps and not getting good ledge grabs either. There we go. Nice recovery.
I mean, I want to say that's just one of the earliest reset points, but they can't do it here.
Yep, and here we go. We're getting the streams synced for you all. And there you go. Streams are synced. We appreciate that. Big shout out to our amazing setup person, Phoenix Tyrol. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Alright, so goal now is once we're out of the quarantine bay, you're going to head back to one of the navigation stations, and we're going to be heading to get Samus heading to get missiles, and then we'll be on to the first boss of the game, and that is Arachnus, where Samus will get Morph Ball. And Imperial, we should just probably get the Idor RNG out of the way with early, huh?
Yeah, let's get that out of the way because what I've seen this week has been rough for some of the runners.
Yeah. Let's hopefully do not see that, so...
I'll be keeping track of those beams, hopefully more accurately than what I did last night.
So, here we go. Like I said, they're both heading up to... I guess we're going to call it the observation deck. Another navigation station.
There's so many of those. Why does Adam have to talk to us?
Alright, so pretty standard and early, so we're going to be getting into the first or second, or really the first Idor, and if you're familiar with Metroid Fusion at all, there are Idors here that we're going to have to basically deal with, and these Idors have a ridiculous amount of RNG attached to them, and you're going to see the racers use doubles, which we'll get into when we get there. That's a piece of that's a technical piece. And yeah, so Idors, until we get Charge Beam and/or Powered Missiles, really until we get the Charge Beam in Sector 1, the Idors can be pretty brutal. When you're racing, especially any kind of speed run, obviously if you're going for records or whatnot, a lot of the runs can depend solely based on the RNG you get of these doors. So, MetalGlenn, we're going to see. So the doors are going to fire I-beams, and they're pretty annoying. But with the equipment that Samus has right now, we need 3 missiles to be able to break the Idor. Kind of just like in Super Metroid. The Idor's there, the missiles, but you always had the eye open to damage. Here, and you'll see it on MetalGlenn screen, there's the beam. The Idor's undamageable, hits only 1 missile. That's 2 beams. Okay. Hits another one, misses the double. You saw MetalGlenn launching 2 missiles. Okay, so 3 beams. Not terrible. Autumn! What a double! Oh, missed that first double. Oh, no beams for Autumn! That is a massive time makeup right there. And here comes... Sorry, Imperial, go ahead.
That zero beam was something beautiful there.
That's some good RNG right there. And that is Arachnus! And Arachnus defeated. Not gonna be so kind to Autumn, unfortunately does... Oh, double roll! That's just not cool. He's not cool.
Hey, at least got the double.
Doubles are good. MetalGlenn out to a slightly early lead.
I would say anything can happen. It's early in the category.
Absolutely. Alright. So, in this routing, we're going to be picking up certain items along the way, and we're leaving certain items till our item cleanup / revisits later. And now we're going to get the first look at the SAX.
It really wants a hug.
Needs a hug and a nap. And then while it's napping, take its super missiles away and ice beam.
At least take its supers away so it can't obliterate you.
No, well, that too. But, yep, the SAX, that is the first one we are going to see. We learned by the end of this game that there are actually about 10 SAXs on board.
I've seen speculation in the community that each one that we encounter here in the station is actually a different SAX.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. It is definitely possible. And folks, we appreciate every single one of you tuning in to this amazing race. Exclamation point R on the Twitch chat to go follow these amazing runners. And exclamation point C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. Oh, we gotta update that from last night. Okay. We'll get that chat bot updated.
Let's say, Fan, what are we doing here in Sector 1? What's our goal?
Don't die. Oh, wait, that's the entire game? No, okay. Fine. But, no, we are going to basically restore atmospheric controls to the station. Which, if you think in storyline, is actually a pretty cool mission. But, basically, the X-Parasites have latched on to 5 atmospheric stabilizers. And these atmospheric stabilizers are key to really the atmosphere of the ship. Not like there's anything living left on the ship, because it's just Samus. But, you know, it's a pretty cool side mission. So you see MetalGlenn over here on the right-hand side blowing up one of these X's that latched on and takes it out. So there are 5 of them. But Imperial, before we get to the boss, we're actually only going to route in 4.
Well, we technically route in 3 before we get to the core, and then we have to do 1 more after, and then we route back up to the 5th.
Yep. So we will defeat all 5. But it's going to be 3 before the boss and then 2 afterwards. And we're actually going to see a pretty cool trick being used for afterwards. Once we get the charge beam, which is the beam we're going to get here at the boss, there's actually going to be a cool little damage attack that we're going to be using on these guys. Or that Samus will be using, rather. And it's going to be It's actually pretty cool to see.
Oh, yeah, I mean, pseudo screw attacks are beautiful. Oh, is Glenn going for the... I thought he was going for the new wall jump strat and pirate climb there.
Only gets one. One I-beam. See, these doubles, as we talked, so doubles are basically launching 2 missiles at bosses in terms of, like, the core X's and those eye doors. Those doubles are kind of crucial because it saves us so much time in speedruns. MetalGlenn trying to keep the core. This is a beam core X. You see it's different than the Arachnus core X. Hits a double, nicely done, and you're trying to get this sweet spot. Imperial, talk to us about what a sweet spot is.
I'll say a sweet spot is basically the fastest point where it'll pick up. So we want to manipulate the core to be at certain points, so it moves to its intended spawn location faster, and we can grab it and get moving on sooner. Otherwise, we have to wait for it to spawn. I think it's a random amount. I don't know how many, like, what's the time difference off the top of my head. I just know there's massive, massive time difference. Oh, sad to see. Oh no, 3 beams for Autumn at charge door.
Yep, so we saw MetalGlenn already hit the first one with that charge beam. Thank you for that explanation as well. So we're going to see it again here. Going to take the damage and then jump into the enemy using those iframes and launch that charge beam. And you see 1 charge beam, the equivalent of 3 missiles there on those X's. So we're going to be using charge beam going forward on the eye doors because it is going to be 1 hit and then they're done. So nicely done from MetalGlenn. Autumn hanging out to go to the 5th and final stabilizer that they have to defeat. And MetalGlenn building just a little bit on this lead. Probably has about a 30-second lead so far.
Yeah,
I think what happens.
I'd say the 3 beams at the charge door did not help that at all for Autumn to make up time. For those playing at home, Glenn has 5 beams. Autumn only has 3 so far.
Yep. So Autumn out of Habitat, Autumn out of Habit, and MetalGlennSolid are your 2 racers here today. 2 longtime members of the Metroid Fusion community, from what I know. All right, so MetalGlenn is here and is going to be advancing. So,
meanwhile, Glenn's dropping spoilers. Yeah.
Probably one of his community hanging onto his account, but we have no idea. But anyway, it's always good to see audience interaction, which we want from you all, by the way. If you're hanging out, we want to hear from you. So MetalGlennSolid, oh man, Imperial, look how tiny this sector is. Can't be this small, can it?
What is this, a baby sector?
So this sector, I remember when I was playing it for the first time. So, it's actually rather interesting. This was one of the most confusing sectors for me when I was playing this casually, because all of these secret areas, they sometimes look alike, sometimes intertwine. You can rope back around in circles and stuff like that. So we're gonna Samus is going to unlock the level 1 security hatches in order to proceed to the Sector 2 data room, where Samus is going to get bombs.
But Fan, here's the question: does she have enough rupees for him?
For bombs? I mean,
yeah, I don't know if she has.
I would hope so. She's a bounty hunter. She's the bounty hunter. She should have plenty of rupees. I was trying to figure out a way to go with the Zelda reference, but it didn't materialize the way I wanted it to. I was trying to think of a joke, but it just didn't work. Gotta be careful of those Zozos, too. They do a lot of damage to Samus at this point.
I would say 45 damage per hit, and when you have, what, 299 health, 6 hits and you're dead?
It's kind of crazy. Also, I want to talk about just the names of some of these enemies. So the next boss we're going to be attacking is Zazabi. Those guys are called Zozos. We have a boss named Yakuza and a boss named Notori. Who came up with these names?
I don't know. I think someone's trying to disappoint. I think Nintendo's trying to disappoint us.
I like red spiky thingy, giant centipede caterpillar jumpy thingy, spider thingy, and random plant looking thingy. Can we just call them all random thingies?
Yeah.
No, not professional. Okay.
I want to say Pythagorean Theory brought up something pretty funny in chat. Bombs on head.
Wow. Cypherwire in chat says, better question is, who decided to name a hedgehog, beetle boss, and arachnid? Random screeching lizard. Yeah, we're not gonna go there.
We don't talk about.
We'll get to Ridley later. But, fun fact, you're gonna see MetalGlennSolid here, head to the bottom of this room. There is a blue Zozo. This is a much harder Zozo to defeat, but if you do defeat that Zozo, it gives you a red X, which as we know is the best X for regeneration of health. And missile, that's a combination X. So
I wonder how that X got that set up for itself.
I honestly have no idea. Because, like, it's that and the Idoors that have the red X, and some of the other ones is, you know, pretty interesting. But that's Metroid Fusion lore for you. So, we're going to be revisiting this sector a lot later. Also, if you want another really fun fact, Sector 5 is the area we revisit the most.
4 times? 5? Somewhere in there?
I believe it's 4. I know in any percentage 3, the rest of the sector's 2. And there we go. So you saw MetalGlenn use the charge beam to one-hit the door, or the eye door. And here we go. It's Zazabi, this weird caterpillar-like looking claw thingy with one eye.
I mean, I'm going to be putting a very quick emote.
The jumps. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm just putting some emotes in chat that I'm sure people are going to enjoy.
There you go. Okay, one jump there. So this is another big RNG battle.
It's related to our boss in front of us.
Yeah, so this is another RNG battle here, Imperial, where you see the amount of jumps Glenn is getting is pretty brutal. So those first 3 phases of Zazabi is just all RNG based between the number of jumps that you get or don't get. So, nice double from MetalGlenn there, and one more will do it, and there you go.
Sweet spot. Beautiful fight.
Beautifully done.
By the way, did you catch how many beams he had at the door?
2. I think.
Alright. Let's see, what does Autumn get for beams? 1. 1 beam! Ooh, Autumn's got some better luck.
Alright, so let's talk about this. It's sack skip time. Will MetalGlenn go for the sack skip? And it looks like MetalGlenn is going for sack skip. It's going to run into an ice beam. Oh, no! No! Glenn!
Uh-oh.
That's unfortunate. So, MetalGlenn, the purpose of that area, that is where Metroid Fusion runs, at least in my opinion, is the toughest part of an entire run. Whether it's any percent, whether it's 100%, that is the toughest part of the run. That sack skip gives you no room for error, because you are so vulnerable to the ice beam and super missiles. Basically, you can run into the SAX, You get the iframe damage and try to escape. You get hit by the ice beam and you can get out of the door with just enough health. Unfortunately, MetalGlenn got a little beaten up there. Never saved in the speed run. A lot of racers typically don't, but that will do it. MetalGlenn with an 18-minute disadvantage now.
Oh, that hurt. I mean, that can be made up in cleanup, but that hurt.
Oh, absolutely. And here we go. It's Autumn's turn for sack. Skip gets hit. Again, takes the iframe damage and gets out of the door. Autumn gets away from the SAX.
That basically was part of her heels. I'm gonna say, here it is. Yep. Shot. Yep. Oh my. I think 2 more frames. I just watched on the restream. 2 more frames and that ice beam was gonna connect. And she would have game overed right there. Oh. No Chibado, yeah. She did escape by the skin of her teeth. That was close.
So if you've ever seen some of the world record runs, or if you've ever watched some of the top racers do that sack skip, so let's say Scotty, Monkey, Faria, Flash, a lot of these guys that are at the top of the leaderboards, that skip can be incredibly difficult, and certain runners are doing it different ways. There are certain frame perfects you can do, and people, they practice that a lot. It is a very important trick to practice, but again, Imperial, you can be the best at anything in a race format where you know you're racing against someone else rather than against a personal best or for world record. Completely different, you know, what's the best way to put it? Completely different nerve set, if you will, because you're not racing against anybody here. You're racing against people.
I'll say there's added pressure to not make an execution mistake.
That's a better way of putting what I was trying to say. All right, Autumn on to
now
sector.
We're here in sector 4.
Yep, Autumn on to sector 4, the water sector. So this sector is where we're going to. Yeah, so we're going to go and hang out with Ceres. Well, not hang out. We're going to blow Ceres to Kingdom Come. So Ceres is a boss, so we're going to get our speed booster. It is a underwater. Some people call it a speed snake. You can call it a Neo. You can call it whatever you want. You call it the initial boss of the technically the only boss of Sector 4. But Sector 4 is kind of unique because of these water areas. Obviously, Samus is going to be moving slower because there's no gravity suit. But Speed Booster will eventually help out. Now, we're going to be talking about Ceres and this charge beam. If you've noticed when the charge beam is actually released, there is what is called a flare at the end of the charge beam. And Autumn, I know there's an energy tank, but please, you have 2 energy. So, when you release the charge beam, and I'm going to let Imperial kind of talk about the specifics of this because it's pretty cool, but Autumn and MetalGlenn, when he gets back there, is basically going to go right up to Ceres' face and launch a charge beam shot right directly in his face, but it has to be point-blank range. So, it has to be point-blank range. Why don't you tell us about it, Imperial? What is this flare and charge beam shot and how we can basically 2-hit kill Ceres?
So charge beam has technically 3 parts. I think 1 part in front, 1 part in back, and then there's the flare in behind. When you get in basically anything's face and hit it with a charge beam at point blank, it's going to deal max damage. Because you have the 2 front parts that deal 10 and 10. Then there's the flare in back that does an additional 6. So that lets us deal 26 damage total. Ceres has 50 health. 26 plus 26 is 52. We deal more damage than it has health, so that second charge guy should, if all parts connect, finish there.
Ta-da! Ta-da! And now we'll see if MetalGlenn... There's plenty of time to come back.
I'm gonna say reset his counter. How many beams did he get at the eye door for Arachnus? That was nothing.
I mean, the game should be really nice if I do say so myself. No more beams!
One, two. Oh my goodness, three beams for.
All right. Autumn with a fantastic 2-round Ceres.
2 rounds there. This is how you want to do it.
Does not want to go in the water.
Oh no, Glenn got bad RNG at the Arachnus eye door. 5. Yikes.
All right. Autumn gets speed booster.
Any doubles? Any doublers in chat? No doubles. I'm trying to pull up Hercules bench press with the more fall showing Clark. Now it's going to be picking up a couple items behind Ceres because it's easier to pick him up after you defeat him rather than doing the double-decker background. Hey, looks like they got the bot updated. Now there's the correct information. I'm now heading into pump control.
All right.
Do we get to keep? Oh, I didn't keep the storage part. Feels bad, man.
Dang.
Walk of shame? Oh, walk of shame too.
All right, so we're going to be coming back. If you notice that hollow dot there, we're actually going to be coming back for that on the revisits. And matter of fact, revisit will actually be done through when we get to the bottom of Sector 4. But now we're heading off to get super missiles. In my opinion, one of, if not the best actual missile in this game. I mean, some will argue ice missiles, and I think I can argue ice too. I think we all can agree that diffusion missiles are the worst.
Oh, absolutely. But just to update, Glenn just got a 1 beam to charge for his eye door. Oh, and he gets a sweet spot again. Beautiful. Time to go to Sector 3, the hottest sector in the game.
Okay, Autumn at least breaks the first block that they need to break. Nicely done. So that's the missile pack. Autumn is going to break this up here, and it's time to unlock the level 2 hatches, Imperial. Which is... They open up a lot here. Autumn's struggling with some of these wall jumps, but gets through. Gotta wait for those crumble blocks to get back.
I would say green doors
well, not really
open so much.
Yeah. Not even crumble blocks, but, you know, break blocks, and nicely done, Autumn. Gets it, and we're going to see a lot of what Autumn just did with the Shine Spark into storing the Shine Spark again. We're going to see a lot of that during the revisits to get quite a few items. So nicely done. Oh, just missing the jump up there to break the speed blocks.
Oh, feels bad. But, I mean, the most notorious spot we're going to be using that is the Zabi Highway during our final revisit to Sector 2. I'm struggling here. These enemies are not playing nice.
No, they are not. Alright, Autumn looking for that speed booster block to break and gets it. Storing the Shine Spark, we're about to see a Shine Spark up to the top of Red Tower, and nicely done. Excellently done.
I believe that store is framed for...
I believe so. But we are not technically sure on that. But here we go. That blue X-like looking thing can only be damaged with super missiles. So please keep that in mind.
I think it can also be damaged by charge beam, but I'm not 100% sure.
Can it be damaged by charge? The green one, maybe. Can the blue one be damaged by charge? We will find out. But, well, maybe. Alright, Glenn is making their way on up to the level 1 hatches. And what you just heard is the sound of a security robot. So Autumn is going to go down here. Typically, you go down here to save and recharge casually. However, in 100%, there is actually an item over here that Autumn is about to go pick up. It is a missile tank, and there's the blue one. Super missiles can blow that up with no problem. Alright, it's time to fight the security robot. And Autumn didn't save. Or recharge, for that matter. So this could be a tough fight with just 167 energy. Here we go. And it is going to be a fight on the No! Like I said, a little tough on that. And now Autumn.
I think you're going for the...
No!
33 deficit.
Now you're in a 33-minute deficit. No, Autumn, no.
That's even worse.
Autumn DNF. The Autumn has forfeited from the race. Didn't realize that Glenn was still... That took a Sack's death. Autumn still has time if she wants. She can head back to this if she wants to.
Come on, Autumn. You can do it.
But it is a forfeit so far for Autumn. That's unfortunate. 33 minutes in, taking the death there to the security robot. Lot of love for Autumn in the Twitch chat. People rooting for her to go back into the race and to try this again. Lot of love in the Twitch chat. You love to see
Autumn,
the love there, and it is,
believe.
It is a disconnect there. You see the camera off. Yep. Autumn with the forfeit. That is unfortunate. So MetalGlenn needs to still finish out the race.
Yeah, I hate to see that happen.
Alright, so MetalGlenn back to Sector 2. Okay, nice no-beam door. Nice no-beam door.
Was it really 0? I'm going to have to rewatch the restream here.
Yep, it was 0.
Oh, yeah, no, beautiful 0. Hopefully the zombie gets him better jump. Oh, very good phase 2.
Alright, so the biggest test of this after the Zazabi fight is going to see if MetalGlenn is going to be able to do sack skip. Or does MetalGlenn want to try sack skip?
Staff here, Autumn took a death to box the security robot and just forfeit. Oh, it was sad to see.
Yep, nice, by the way. Nice doubles there from Glenn onto the Zazabi Corex. Alright, here we go. MetalGlenn making his way to this, making their way to the sack skip.
Does he try again, or does he take baby straps?
We'll see.
Oh, he's just
Glenn
not again.
Damage out and gets it. That's what Glenn wanted to do the first time. Nicely done, Glenn. Fantastic. Nicely done, Glenn.
Glenn finally going to be able to get to Sector 4. I mean, Ottawa's having a good run with doors. I mean, 7?
Yeah, with something small. So, I believe due to race rules, MetalGlenn has to finish this race, even if there is a forfeit from the other player. Because this, I believe, is still part of the round-robin format. Or group format, however we're racing. Glenn's turn for Sector 4. And I was going to bring this up earlier. This is, by all means, these runs, anything can happen at any time. Obviously, the sack skip is probably the most well-known. But You know, box is not something typical, but running in with that kind of energy is tough. So, Imperial, let's see how Glenn does here through Sector 4.
I mean, Fusion, just even in the casual play, is just so difficult. Because enemies hit so hard. And I will be right back. My internet just died. I'll be back in just a second.
Alright, while Imperial hangs out, probably going to get himself a cookie, or themself a cookie. They are, get me a cookie. I'm kind of hungry, never had lunch. Feed me. MetalGlenn getting fed some, well, Samus getting fed some X-Parasites to refill up on the health. Now, Glenn is going to go to fight Ceres. Autumn had a good Ceres fight. We'll see if Glenn can also get the 2-round Ceres. Oh, you have to make sure you have non-X infested cookies. Absolutely. Unless you're Samus, then have an X-infected cookie, because at this point, Samus don't care. Zookies. Alright. Glenn looking really solid through Sector 4 to get things going. Yeah, can we show Autumn some love in the Twitch chat? I know you all have already. Let's go. Show Autumn some love in the Twitch chat. Did have a really good race to get things started. Unfortunate death to Box there, but really good race. Show Autumn some love in the Twitch chat. I know she'll appreciate it. And that's where Ceres was kept before the X came in and basically got rid of it and ended up becoming the Ceres that Samus is going to fight. And that's 1 beam, 2 beams, 3 beams. Okay, 3 beams for Glenn. Not what you want to see, but Glenn's still looking to recover. Glenn getting in a great position. Hits Ceres clean. That's 1. No! Just misses on the last one. That flare didn't hit. And MetalGlenn only needs to attack Ceres 1 more time, and that will do it. Now to fight the Core X. Oh, Glenn getting knocked into the water. Tough to hit doubles here in the water. At this point, trying to get back up to the sweet spot, but the Core X was being way too much of a pain. And ends up getting Speed Booster. Nicely done.
I'll say he had a good recovery there.
Hey, look who's back. Did you, in fact, get a non-X infested cookie?
Unfortunately not. The Wi-Fi was trying to die on me.
Oh, so at least you didn't have an X infected cookie. Chat, he's fine! He's fine! Don't worry about it! Alright! Glenn finishing, picking up these items here at the first part of Sector 4. Now to go shut off the electrified water.
No walk of shame for Glenn, at least.
These silly kids and their walks of shame. Alright, it is Glenn's turn to head to Sector 3.
Let's hope he has a better box fight. Alright, he got the missile below green doors. Now he's got green lock. Hello, security level 2. Now we have Glenn off to go get his super missile. Does he do this? Can he store it? Oh, he didn't store it. Sad. Alright, everyone say hi to Bob.
To Bob.
Bob the missile tank.
What? Wait a minute! What? Why does that missile tank get a name? Let alone, why Bob?
Something, why does 1% exist?
The what?
I would say we have 1% of the category for a reason. It was thought that that missile could not be skipped for a long time. Huh. And then someone found a way.
Well then, fine. Be that way.
Why it's named Bob is beyond me. Correction, someone found... Oh, 2 ways to skip that? Oh, thanks, Autumn. Alright, we got the missile before box.
Box fight!
Alright, everyone, let's cat jam.
Alright, are we gonna see the bounce off the wall here from MetalGlenn? Yup.
He's going for the quick kill. Does he get it?
Nicely done.
Nice 3 rounds. Love to see it.
Alright. Now it's time to leave Sector 3 and head to Sector 6 to get Barriasuit.
Hope you guys brought your glow stick.
Or a giant flashlight.
That's already provided. Samus gets that. Uh-oh, who's calling? Federation? What could they possibly want?
Hey, ship. This is the Federation. Yeah, what's up, Federation? Does Samus suspect anything? Nope. Samus is a blathering idiot who has no freaking clue what we're doing here and why she's even here to begin with. Roger, ship. You got it. Okay, I will do my best to keep her distracted. Ship out.
Is that not what the conversation was like?
That's probably what
I'm
it is.
kidding. But that was, in case you no, that basically the storyline of this is does Samus actually suspect anything that the Federation was doing here on the research station? That's pretty much what the conversation was, and that the ship said that Samus is unaware. Not that she was a blathering idiot, that was the wrong choice. I was trying to spit off the top of my head. Listen, a full-time comedian, Imperial, I am not.
Maybe as a duo we could get something done.
Yeah, there you go. Full-time comedian, I am not. But Glenn, her Samus is a full-time bounty hunter that is now going to have to get through 208 energy here
Oh,
to try to get... This is another part of the game. Just like the sack skip, to make sure you don't get better RNG here, freezing that thing, and a couple in the next room. These cold X's that, until Samus gets Barriasuit, can hurt. I've seen one run where you just get hit by some of these X's at the wrong time. It's just not cool.
I'll say, if you get hit by one, you're usually getting grabbed by like 3 or more that are right there.
Yep. And now it's time for another encounter with the SAX, to which you really can't do anything until the SAX blows up the wall to get through. However, if the SAX is so powerful, why not just launch a super missile at the door? Huh? Why not? Nice. Does it the safe way.
Safe strats are the best strats.
Yep. And thank you, Zero. I appreciate that.
I would say, Ronald, Autumn died to Bach. She did not... She had 132 health, I think, going in. Alright, who's ready for the... Was that Zero?
Zero beams.
He's on a roll.
Good Corex fight so far. That's 3. One more. Beautiful fight from MetalGlenn.
Beautiful.
And hitting doubles? Let's
Oh,
go. 3 doubles. 3 doubles.
Come on, double sweet spot. Oh! Triple sweet spot. And now
KF Man wants to ask about, do we not save in this category? What is saving in speedrunning?
Time loss?
Pretty much. That was more of us like a rhetorical, do we with a speed running and it ended with a question mark, kind of like rhetorical. But no, we don't save here. And honestly, you know, Imperial, you and I talked about it the last time we did commentary. With the amount of ammunition and energy that Samus has, can kind of start being OP really quick.
Oh, yeah.
But when Autumn was there, you know, it was kind of like how I was saying on commentary. Going into the box fight with 108 energy is very small. I was surprised she didn't hit the recharge room. At the very least, take the two or 3 seconds that it takes to get to the recharge room.
Recharge before you fight boss, because
Yep.
one mistake can make that fight a nightmare. We'll
Yeah.
see him here soon.
Yeah. Oh, also, by the way, I kind of stuttered and hesitated because my wife and I were hungry and we wanted lunch, and you know, she says, "I'll bring you something," and because we were both getting a snack because we're going out to dinner later, and remember how I was saying about cookies? She brought me a ridiculous amount of cookies. I wasn't expecting said cookies, but I have cookies! Anyway, back to the game.
You can die.
So that's why I was kind of caught off guard why I was, like, stuttering, because I was seeing the amount she brought me. I'm like, okay, then. To which I say thank you, and I'm grateful for her for. But now it's time for MetalGlenn to go to the first of the 4 visits that we're going to go to Sector 5. And as I said earlier, the fun fact is this is the most revisited sector that we are going to go to throughout this run. We're going to come here once for ice missiles, once for power bombs, once for nightmare, once on revisits.
I would say last time for cleanup.
And MetalGlenn wants to know what kind of cookie? The best cookies, double stuffed Oreos.
Okay, now I'm jealous.
All right. So, Imperial, why don't you tell us a little bit about this sector in general, and in terms of the uniqueness about the first time we visit here, and then the second time we revisit here, because they're 2 different paths that, again, when you play this game casually or at all, can seem a little confusing like Sector 2.
Sector 5 is also just a nightmare, because it's like, you can get lost in here so easily.
No, that's the 3rd time we revisit we face Nightmare. I'm talking about 1 and 2!
I'll say visits 1 and 2 are still... 2 is a bit easier of a revisit, but the first time, getting to that security room, especially in a casual play, can be difficult. Oh, you got the good speed keep. You got the waiver out of the way. Because as we'll notice no, it's next room. I think it's the next room. Yep, this room here. We're gonna notice that Kago sitting there. Why is it there? We don't know. Devs just thought it'd be funny to be there. But now we're coming up on our security room. Here's level 3. And now we gotta go to the data room for our ice missiles.
So those Kagos, now that the Sector 3, Level 3 locks are undone, which we'll get into a fun fact about that here in a minute. Now that the X's have infiltrated, those Kagos are going to appear into the column versions, preventing us from getting to the data, to the security lock normally. So, can't get back that way. You can defeat them with Screw Attack. You can defeat them with a Shine Spark. There's no good way of doing that. So,
I'll say at least not right now. We'll get that means later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does he get a good Ripper pattern here? Oh, beautiful Ripper pattern.
Absolutely nicely done from MetalGlenn.
Now it's time to leave.
Yep, that thing that you just saw MetalGlenn freeze is why we can't get back that way on our second revisit. And we have to basically go. The game forces us to go and fight the SAX. Well, attempt to escape the SAX, which is... Once you see the speedrunning tech behind it, the easiest escape from the SAX that that racers have.
And
If you were having... sorry, Imperial, go ahead.
these waivers were in such a bad position coming out for him.
So, I'll talk about it later. But folks, are you ready? Get your emotes out. It's emergency and Frankerzy. Get the Frankerzy emotes in the Twitch chat. This part is called Emergency in Sector 3. Samus is going to have 6 minutes to get back to Sector 3 and stop the main boiler from exploding. I don't see enough Frankerzy emotes. Let's go, let's go, let's go! The station's gonna blow up. Get them Frankerzy emotes in. Let's go.
56 people here watching this live on Twitch, and we have 3 Frankerzy emotes in chat. What is this?
That's like asking people to like a video or subscribe on YouTube when that's like, you know, 200 people watching and like 10 likes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, we'll get a lot more traction on YouTube, but please do hit that like button if you like to see and subscribe. You're welcome, Speedgaming.
Gotta have fun. There we go. Thank you, Twitch chat, for humoring the two of us commentators. But this is actually a really technical piece of the run. And something I don't think that we talk about enough. The movement tech that you're going to see from MetalGlenn executing here. That was the first part, getting down Red Tower. And now getting through this room, and you see MetalGlenn already falling into the lava. And if you get hit... Yep, nicely done from MetalGlenn, getting hit again, trying not to fall off, and nice hold onto the bars.
I'll say a bit of a time lapse there, getting knocked to the right, but it is what it is.
This is a pretty technical area, like I said, we don't talk about it enough. You have the timer on, but from a race standpoint, these enemies are just in really weird spots. You have to freeze them, you have to hit them. There's crumble blocks where that little firebug was, or fire thingy, the crawler thingy.
I'll say those crumble blocks are a troll, I swear.
Yep. And now you see by getting in there, you have to hit the hoppers at a certain time. And this side door is, jokingly in the community, a 0 beam or 3 beam eye door, and MetalGlenn gets the 3.
I'll say it gave 0, I think, last night, didn't it? I think someone had 0 last night.
I didn't get a chance to watch last night, but MetalGlenn with the beautiful double-double, and that's it. This is going to end at a 424. So nicely done here from MetalGlennSolid. 424, Frankerzy. Very nice.
I'll say I wish he waited 4 more seconds. We could have a 420. Now he's banned from this chat room.
Crickets. Crickets. Kidding. Alright, so now what you're going to see from MetalGlenn is... I really hope we see a fantastic Red Tower climb. Look, we've seen it before from racers. I want to see an amazing Red Tower climb here.
Come on, Glenn, put on a clinic.
And if not, you're fired. No, we're kidding. Not fired.
Wait, he was
okay, what is it with you in that part of the lava pool, Glenn? Do you just like taking a lava bath there? Like, come on. That's twice you hit the same spot.
He was just in Sector 5. Give him a break.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, Ooh, that's gonna stink.
All right, solid recovery from MetalGlenn.
That's a great backup.
Absolutely. Imperial, you take over for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll say we're now heading out of Sector 3, being done with emergency. And we're gonna talk to Adam to see where we need to go next. Let's see what he tells us. Erg, you missed it. She died to box. It was a tragedy in motion at 30 minutes into the run. It was heartbreaking. But Glenn also suffered a death. He died to the first SAX skip in Sector 2. Oh, Adam's telling us to go to the Habitation Center. Wonder why that is. Wonder if we're going to see some animals. Yeah, it was heartbreaking to watch that. Now we're heading up to the habitation deck. Now we gotta go get animals. It's a tragedy, we have to save them. Oh, picking those... Wow. Glenn taking a bit of a different route, picking up those missiles now on his backtrack to get animals. I mean, you're on the way, might as well. I think it's...
Imperial, it would be a lot more helpful if I unmuted myself in Discord, because I'm here talking to I'm talking to nobody for the last 30 seconds. But if we're saving the animals, I'll go back on mute and I'll give that person a phone call right back now. I didn't realize we were saving the animals. No, I'm kidding. Metroid Fusion, you don't have a choice. You gotta save the animals instead of save the frames. It is required. But, Imperial, this is also, again, another really tough spot of the run. This is so RNG based on how the animals can get out.
Do they behave today is the question of the day.
I will say, couple. No! All three of them ran right by the door! It was open, Edacoon, so you could have got right through the door!
Glenn,
I got a little pitter-patter at the end from the baby Dakara, though. It's cute.
Yeah. Glenn is heartbroken at that. I think if it was like half a second faster, they would have gone right out that door.
Yeah, Glenn having fun with that in chat. Get your Edacoon's driving license today. Stalled Storm. No, it's Storm. That's kind of funny. Sandra says Edacoon's why?
I would not blame her.
Alright. Sphyra, alright, we'll talk about it. I was debating on not talking about it, but they say it's amazing the animals didn't get assimilated by the X. That's an interesting point. Lore-wise, they were in the habitation deck, behind glass. It's not like it stopped the X from getting in other places. That's actually a really interesting point. So, back to Sector 5, folks. Time to go get power bombs.
Sector 5, round 2 is just as exciting as round 1.
So exciting. And this is the next time that Samus encounters the SAX. So, MetalGlenn is actually going to have a lot easier time here in Sector 5. We don't going to go through the whole rigmarole of unlocking the security hatches, And going to the data station. Samus is going right to the data station.
Thankfully, even though Adam has to tell us, hey, here it is again, get to it.
Yep. And Imperial, tell us about the uniqueness of the level 3 security hatches.
I'll say the level 2 security is only in Sector 5. Why they were, I mean, the level 3 security is useless outside of just getting both ice missiles and power bombs. Other than that, we never see it again. And I don't know why. But here we are getting our power bombs. And the game already gives us too many. Storm estimates a good point in chat. They haven't evolved to break their glass yet. We waited another 15 to 20 minutes for that ability. Storm, you're not wrong.
So the Kago that was there, how Metal Glenn escaped last time, was gone. And that's how we had to go lower, and that was it. That was the Sax fight. Well, Sax escaped.
There's your Sector 5 encounter.
GG's.
Good Ripper climb there.
Very good. Hey, Metal Glenn? Now you're hanging out in the Twitch chat. Bro, that SAX was clearly intimidated by you. Clearly. Supposed to have all of Samus's abilities. Doesn't even use Speed Booster.
Best boss. Cypher, we've already heard it once.
Alright, it's now time for Icy Road, or whatever we want to call this here.
Ripper Road. And Glenn being nice enough to show us that, hey, there are crumble blocks there. Oh, no!
Crumble blocks, crumble blocks. So rude. Gotta freeze the Ripper right over the second and third rows of crumble blocks, and jump over this, and there you go.
There he goes. Arachnus. Storm, I'm not going to disagree. Arachnus' theme is also pretty good.
Listen, you know what also is good? Imperial?
What is that?
Following these runners on their Twitch channels! Exclamation point, how to do so.
You're darn right. That's also a really good way to... I mean, it shows them support. That, hey, they're putting on a good show.
You're welcome. And the bot's broken.
Shouldn't be.
Nope. Now it's working.
Now we gotta go back to our ship.
Apparently, Imperial's gonna have to go take a nap back on the ship.
I'll say it's been a long day.
That
Trying
was
to
me
make sure I
yesterday.
I'll say trying to keep up with all these races. Oh, hi, Ridley. I'm sure you'll be important later.
Yeah, no, it was a long day for me yesterday, so I get it. Scott Fishbowl, Charity, Fantasy Football League, Live Draft, tons of hanging out. It was a ton of fun. You think Samus plays fantasy football?
Do they even have football in this universe?
Space football.
I'm sure
Maybe.
she does.
Here you go.
I mean, I buy it. That was a good speed jump there to land in the ship.
That was showing off right there, is what that was.
Oh, absolutely. Adam, we don't care that the reactor's out. We'll go fix it. Give us 10 minutes.
Storm says Samus solos Magnus Carlsen in fantasy football. Yes, there's the greatest, arguably one of the greatest chess players of all time in fantasy football. But now this is time to get a little serious. This is the portion of the run that I call Boss Rush.
Oh boy, Yakuza Tori.
Yep, Yakuza, Notori, Nightmare. This is a really tough part of the run. Oh, was he really? Good for him. Anyway, I'll be interested to read that later. What we're basically looking at here is the Yakuza fight, which is a spider boss. Immediately into an encounter with the SAX, probably the biggest encounter with the SAX that you actually have to actively participate in. Yep.
Okay.
Then the fight with Notori. And then, after getting the plasma beam, you're informed that there was an explosion in Sector 5, and now you have to go through a waterlogged Sector 5, to go and get the gravity suit. Alright, that's one from Yakuza. Finish it, Glenn! Nice.
It gets worse. Dark Spy, it gets worse. Glenn died to the first SAX ship 18 minutes into his run. Both deaths were tragic to watch.
Yes, folks, so that's what happened to Autumn. 33 minutes in, took a death to Box 1. But to Box, which was really unfortunate. And then forfeited. So MetalGlenn still has to finish the race. Cannot be declared the winner without actually completing the race. Even though MetalGlenn did die to the sack skip. So
someone in chat update me. He's at 10 beams, correct? That's what's the count I have.
I have no idea.
I've been trying to keep track. Time to go to the Tory now, which is pain. $13 beams, 9 including 6, 46.
All right, this is the sack battle. Oh, just got away from the ice beam. So, really good so far.
Oh, can he? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa!
Yes, that was nice.
Wait, he's at 13? What beams am I missing? So I have 5 for the Arachnosaur, 1 for charge.
The ones beforehand. The ones before.
Well, that's not including the 6. So he's at 7?
All right. MetalGlenn off to fight Notori. This is the part where we... Yep, this is the part where we have a second Sector 2 revisit. And you see how drastically this area has changed. Because of Notori, which is the Vine boss. Nice no beams there. Hello, Notori! And Glenn is standing on a pixel-perfect area. Notice the top left seed spitter was not spitting anything out. You get far enough over, it can't activate. So now all Glenn has to do is literally blast missiles into Notori. It's a tough fight until you know the trick.
I only learned about that trick by watching Hercules bench press do it.
And there you go, plasma beam required. So that's the first 2 bosses through the true rush portion of this. And now Glenn's gonna have to go all the way to Nightmare. And then no bosses for a little bit. So it's 1 boss after the SAX run, after the next boss, and then on the way to Nightmare. So it's... Again, I think Boss Rush is pretty aptly named.
Oh yeah, no, this is the most... Yeah, he's skipping the recharge room that Flash claims exists, but I've never seen anyone use it.
Now going back to pick up the item over here. We'll be revisiting Sector 2 one more time before this race is over.
Glenn, in before this run would have PB'd without death.
Glenn, it's like I said, the SAX was scared of you in Sector 5. Come on now.
Turn PBs is not the same as the other run.
This is where the ship is surprised that Samus restored plasma beam functionality. The only weapon that can actually harm the SAX is the plasma beam. That's why the Federation didn't send it over sooner. Storyline-wise.
I can't imagine the consequences of them wanting to capture the SAX. I can't imagine those consequences. And now here we are back in Sector 5 for round 3. Does he get the longest spark in the game? He does!
Hooray! Look at MetalGlenn showing off that beautiful looking shine spark. Now a little crumble blocks here. Gets through, gets the energy tank. Nicely done.
No space boost, what is it? Storm's shaking his head in chat.
I don't know, my Twitch is still reconnecting the chat. It's done that quite a few times already.
I know that feeling. Oh, wow, we got a red X off that pirate.
Red X's are rare.
I have higher chances of winning the lottery than getting a red X.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far.
Let's see, what do we get for beams here for... What do we get? 0. Oh, beautiful.
The game being nice. Alright, it's time for the Nightmare fight. The last boss of this boss rush section of Metroid Fusion. And MetalGlenn actually looking really, really good through that Sector 5 portion as well.
Oh yeah, he did.
Alright. Good sector, a good phase 1. Now on to phase 2.
Oh yeah, good. That was a good phase 1.
How fast can you attack Nightmare's face?
Cypher, what it feels like to... He's just like, how it feels.
Wow. Okay, I haven't heard of one of those. I haven't seen quite some... But that was funny. Nicely done, Cypher.
Alright, phase 2 down for Nightmare. Let's do this core fight.
There was no double on the first. Looked like a missed double on the second. We're about to find out. Okay, good fight.
Come on.
Gets
Sweet spot.
That's the gravity suit.
Hey, magic pancakes have been acquired. I'll now leave.
The pancakes. And the best looking suit in Metroid Fusion.
Alright, everyone can take their blindfolds off now.
You too, Metal Glenn, you can take your blindfold off. We know you were doing this entire run blindfolded. Okay, not really, but that would have been hilarious. Can you imagine doing a race that's blindfolded and only having somebody do callouts to you? Or doing it off of memory?
Oh, I would absolutely watch that.
Scotty versus Monkey, maybe? Any percent run? Blindfolded?
I mean, that's fair. Idors would kill a blindfolded run.
Alright, so apparently this is the worst room in the game.
Oh yeah, it is. Just so much you can lose so much time here. Just because of all these snails. I mean, Cypher, with that, when the Idors charge off their beam, they actually have an audio cue for that. So there really wouldn't be much of a need. Here would be any of the bosses. Storm you onto something.
Glenn looking really good through this lower Sector 4 portion.
Here we go. We're about to get I want to say level 4 lock. And then we're going to get scolded by our father. Oh, he did the trick. He opened the door with a power bomb. Now we're in crab battle. Good. That was a nice shot. Got the E-Tank. Here we go into Battle Dome. Can he get out? Oh, he got out. Freezing the baby Dragon. Still don't know why they're here.
Not a clue.
Cypher, I agree. This is beautiful to watch.
Even better to listen to Imperial because we're doing commentary.
Oh, you're darn right.
Nicely done from Metal Glenn. Beautifully executed. And now it's time to get the worst missiles in the game.
Cypher, we really could just do a radio hour.
Absolutely. I have been told I got a face for radio. No, I'm kidding.
Shadow.
So, yep. So box 1. So for those of you just tuning in, Imperial, we should kind of get into it. Autumn, at 33 minutes in, was fighting box 1. And went into that fight with about 109 energy. And unfortunately took too many hits and died. And at 33 minutes in, that is a very tough time to overcome. Autumn did not know that Glenn had taken a death to the SAX, so it wasn't actually a major time loss. Still would have been really tough to come back from. But still, that's ending up, that's what happened, and Autumn did end up forfeiting. And MetalGlenn has to still finish this race, and they're at an 18-minute differential because they died to the Sats over in Sector 2, the SAX. That big, intimidating Saxskep died to it, so they had to restart. They never saved. So that is where these racers are at. Yeah, Autumn disconnected, did not forfeit. She forfeited. So MetalGlenn is finishing out his run, and we're done with Sector 4. The only time we're coming back to Sector 4 was to do a pass-through on the revisits.
I would say during cleanup, we're just gonna pretty much do, and Speedgaming, I'm sorry if this is troubling, but we're just gonna do a drive-by here. Fly right on by Sector 4 to go to Sector 2 from Sector 6.
So this is the time of the race where it's going to be Xbox. And then we're going to go fight Ridley, and then we'll begin the revisits and item cleanup.
Ooh, he got the space boost.
Very pretty. Gets the missile.
Setting up the power bomb. And we're going to get each. Only about 7 more E-tanks to go.
Oh, goody. We get to listen to this.
I'd rather listen to Hirsch 1-point redeem on his stream than this thing.
Warning, no entry without authorization. But we get it stopped for a bit. It's time for Xbox. Can we get the 2-round? Let's see. Will it be the 2-round? No. Let me get a 3.
He's not pumping enough numbers.
Nope. Looking like a 4. And MetalGlenn destroys Xbox.
There's phase 1.
Yep. Now for the Core X fight. These diffusion missiles really hamper the ability to... These diffusion missiles really hamper the ability to do doubles because of the charge factor.
Well, I mean, it's not really the charge factor. Each missile upgrade that you get in this game adds more to the cooldown between shots is what it is. So that's, well, plus on top of the fact, this is probably the tightest space where you fight a boss.
Yep, so we're about 20 minutes or so away from finishing the race.
And now we're into the restricted section. Somewhere we shouldn't be.
This is one of the biggest pieces that the Federation didn't want Samus seeing.
Did he
you
line
see, yep, sorry, you saw the Metroids, the Alpha, Beta, and Gamma Metroids in the background there in the other room. And Metroids are the X-Parasite's weakness. They're their prey.
I would say, in this man is a man of culture, he lined up those Metroids in the two.
And there you go. So there goes the research station.
How do you think those scientists even got in there? Because they would need wave beam to get in.
No idea. Maybe they had a remote to open the gate.
I'd buy that. Don't like emotional trauma. Cypher, that's so true. To be fair, Metroids are literal emotional trauma. I mean, yeah, given the actual storyline. Let's see. Alright. Gets rid of the snail. Okay, here we go. Alright, time for the golden pirate. Oh,
Good fight.
not good. Those golden pirates. Only weak if you shoot him in the back.
The Golden Pirates, a.k.a. the Ridley Guardians, a.k.a. the Metal Pirates, a.k.a. the Golden Guardians. I kind of like the homage to Super Metroid from the developers.
Oh, yeah.
Because these guys were the Metal Pirates in Super Metroid, then turned to gold once they were able to actually be damaged. Here they're just gold. So I've called them the Golden Guardians, aka the Ridley Guardians, because we saw them in Super Metroid, we see them here. So I'm gonna mute my headset for this. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
So annoying. Solid Ridley fight so far, landing every charge shot and missile.
Oh, ooh, this is a clinic.
Misses a couple there at the end, but looking like that's a really solid Ridley fight.
Yep. Oh, did you have to jump up and shoot him in the face? What do you deserve? Ah, no double there. Paper.
Dun 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 dun. All right,
that accuracy, Cypher. Please.
All right, so that's it. It's time for item cleanup and sector revisits. We are done with the Torian area of Sector 1, which is where we are. Now, let's head on out of here. Oh, Samus will head on out of here. You know what's really weird is you can't break these blocks with Screw Attack. They're like little bomb block thingies you can only break with bombs.
I'll say it's a bomb chain. They can only be broken with bombs or power bombs.
Well, folks, we hope you're having a good time watching this race anyway. We greatly appreciate it here from everyone on behalf of the Metroid Fusion community and Speed Gaming. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Now begins item cleanup.
I'll say we're going to start here in Sector 1 and go 1, 3, 5, 6, skip forward, go back to 2.
Yep.
Let's see, does he get the spark here?
Nice.
Oh yeah, easily. Up he goes. That's not quite the express elevator. We see that in Sector 3. But this is part of the reason why we needed to wait to come back, because these items were inaccessible until we had both gravity and speed booster. Going up. Good, he got the power bomb. Saveless? Oh, stop. There he goes. Let's see, restore it. Final beam total 9, 6, and 14. Ugh. $14 beams is a rough go.
Well, yeah, 14 beams in total.
Yeah, but I mean that's still a bit rough with the RNG there.
Yep.
And now we're gonna get the missile from Baby's first wall jump. I mean, you're not wrong, Storm. 14 is quite low for this week. Oh, does he get the full space boost? Oh! Didn't quite keep it all. Hey, it was a good effort, though.
Yep. And that's it for Sector 1.
Yep, Sector 1's done. Moving on to Sector 3. Oh no, he didn't get the... Oh, he broke spin right at the last second. That's unfortunate.
I know Glenn is still going for time here, and that's what everyone has to understand. This time still counts.
Yep. Now he's gonna go back up to his power bomb tank. Although he has to remember he did not get the missile. Although I guess Express Elevator does spit you out right there near it, so he can pick it up then. Here we go, power bomb. Now we get to pick up this. Power bomb here.
There were so many power bomb expansions.
Oh, so we gotta get up to 74. 10 was enough. Is Fusion the only Metroid? Yes, Fusion is the only Metroid game that has 20 E-tanks.
There you go. The more you know. I was gonna guess yes, but I've never played Metroid Dread, so.
I've played Dread. I'm now trying to beat its hardest, its Oko difficulty, Deathless, and I'm pulling my hair out.
Yeah. Alright, now's a really cool part of Sector 3. You're going to see a giant hidden room here. There are 2 of them, actually. That, I'm sorry, Imperial, are just really, really cool to, like, look at. Like, it's a giant lava area. The speed booster tech involved. The screw attack tech involved. Waff balls.
Oh, yeah.
This has a lot of everything.
I would say this is testing you on everything you have. Getting the missile tank. Now we're going back for the express elevator, and we're going up.
Whee!
And away we go!
I mean, it's a good thing in Metroid Fusion that you don't get knocked for shine sparking energy. Like you do in Super Metroid, that it takes energy to use the shine spark.
Yep.
As that would be a lot of energy wasted there on the elevator climb. Well, a lot of energy spent, not wasted.
Yeah. And here he is back to get that missile.
No!
Oh, that showed no mercy.
Rude! Rude!
And we have that missile tank. I think that's the... Nope, we're not done in Sector 3 yet. We still have to go clean up one more little section.
Yeah, we still got a bit to do.
Oh, lost the space boost. Feels bad. Now we just gotta go this way and get this, I think, E, let's see, a missile tank and an E tank.
Missile tank, E-tank, power bomb.
Yep. Oh, he was gonna try to... I respect the attempt. Cypher, I agree. I'm surprised, because, I mean, power bombs are... They're strong.
Okay, and here we go. Sector 5, the fourth time we revisit the sector.
Thankfully, it's the last time. Unless a runner forgets it. So we gotta get these items up here, this double power bomb tank, which is just ridiculous. We have enough power bombs. Away we fly. Oh, no, but what? Oh, it's missile power bomb, that's right.
Oh, okay.
2 more items here in 5, and then we're done.
Yeah.
One more item. And now we're back into 6 with the with the hardest execution that I think the game has to go fast. Oh, he's going for the space boost. Does he get it?
Yep, nicely done.
Oh, well done. Oh, clipped the ceiling.
Okay, gets the bottom item, now needs to go back for the top item.
I gotta get the power bomb up top.
Nice, good job.
This is not the way I do it. I usually try to build my speed boost along that ramp down here, and then spark into the ramp, restore it, jump up, and then try to fly across. It's
Not,
tight. And you-
not easy tech to do.
No, it's not. Alright, time for the power bombs in space. Why are they there? No one knows.
A previous employee got tilted and pissed off that they were getting fired and decided to launch some power bombs into space, and they're just staying in the same spot. I don't know. I'm just making it up. We have no idea.
I'd say the lore's too complicated. At this point, we're just making it up as we go. And there's the power bomb.
Wait a minute. The one. Yeah, that was the third time we visited Sector 1.
I'll say Sector 1 is a triple visit.
Okay,
Mainly because of the way the game spits you out from 6.
I was gonna say, we've only ever... Torian is a second visit. That's technically a third visit. Okay.
Technically, yes. But also technically no, because we're technically in between 6 and 1.
Yeah, this is a tough trick right here.
Oh,
Double crumble blocks and gets there off the bomb jumps. Nicely done.
I mean, I just try to... Every time I go for that, I try to crumple jump. Oh no. Gotta loop back around again.
I thought that was on purpose, but... Okay.
No, that's just a troll and a half that you can fall down again. But now it's time for good old Pillar Highway here. What strat are you going to choose to go for?
This is so annoying.
Oh! Does he keep it?
That's unfortunate.
Oh. Oh, gotta reload the room now, too. He misplaced the bomb. Alright.
Nice. Good recovery.
Very good recovery.
Was dropping a little low there. Wasn't sure if he was going to get out, but got out.
Ooh, yeah, that was close. Storm. The same employee was in charge of the boiler room. And now it's time to get out of 6, because we are done here. Time to go to 4 for our brief visit. And away we go. Bye, Sector 4. Bye, Sector 4. We're done. Time to go to 2. Alright, time for everyone's favorite place. Crumble City.
Note the sarcasm, folks.
Heavy sarcasm. Cypher, agree. Yeah. There's the last E-Tank.
Crumble City gets the MetalGlenn.
No.
Has to go back. There were almost a lot of these rooms here, well, the blocks are crumble blocks. So that's why it takes just so long to be able to get through this room. No good way of doing it.
I'm gonna say one mistake and you can lose it all.
We are almost done, folks.
Ooh, I think cargos have a high chance of dropping Red X, correct?
Sure. Oh! Alright, I stand corrected. Sector 1, we revisit 4 times and 100%.
I mean, we're not here. This is just like Sector 4. We're not here for very long, just to pick up one item and leave.
Still a revisit.
You're darn right it is.
Oh, I stand corrected. Sector 4 is revisited 4 times.
Welcome to Standopolis.
So Sector 5 and Sector 1 both, well, Sector 1 and Sector 5 both revisited 4 times. And any percent, it's 2 visits for each of the sectors except for Sector 3, which is revisited 3 times. Any percent are very different on revisits because you're not doing revisits.
I was like, Sector 5 gets visited 3 times. Not
Yep, in
Sector
any
3.
percent. In any percent.
Yep,
Oh,
okay.
nicely done, Glenn.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Gets both powerbomb tanks. Time now to go to Oasis and go for another swim. I'm not sure if Glenn needs to pick up one more missile tank or not. I think he does. Yeah, he's got one more missile tank and then 2 powerbomb tanks. And welcome everyone to the Zabi Highway. Would be awkward if Glenn got 99%. Herc, I agree. It would be awkward. Because this is a heck of a run. Even with the death. Alright, we're now on our way to main deck to get, I think, the last set of... I was like, one more set of power bombs is all I need.
Oh, you know what? MetalGlenn has revisited Sector 4 4 times.
Well, we're back.
How about that?
I'm gonna say...
Sector 2, Sector 2, Sector 2.
I'm gonna say, we learned so much about Sector 2 through our several revisits.
What did Herc do? Why is MetalGlenn mad at Herc?
Would it be awkward if Glenn got 99%? Is what Herc said.
Oh, so this is what happens when the chat room keeps revisiting. It's keeps refreshing.
Glenn thought he forgot something, I think, but no, I don't think he has. Yep, he's got the last. He's coming up to the last powerbomb tank. He's got all his missiles. Just needs to get this last powerbomb, and he's good to go. Now that we have 100% of the items, now we got to talk to Adam one last time.
And then go beat the game.
Time for Jazz Mom. Cypher, what does that mean? What's the actual split? It's true. Sam is having one final monologue to herself. And now we have one final heartfelt moment with a mentor before we blow up the station.
Yay.
So, I mean, what could go wrong here? Honestly, there's no way we encounter the SAX again, right? There's no way.
Just blow up the station. It's not only the final bosses of the game.
Up, and here we go. Does he get the 4-shot? No 4-shot? No 4-shot.
Good recovery. And now it's time to finish off the SAX. And that'll do it.
1 shot? 2 shot? 2 shot.
Now
Love to see
the
it.
Ice Blue Core X.
Time for Ice Core. Going for doubles? Oh, I think I was too late. Nope. No double there. No double there. You
Good
gotta
job.
double somewhere.
And now it's time to go.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta go. Time to go down to SR-388.
Well, it's time to blow up SR-388.
Quick, get the animals. We already did, Cypher. We already picked them up. It's us that needs to pick up here. Get them again. I don't think we can actually even get there during escape. You'll earn cool. Do we get low height?
Nope.
Ah.
A little too high. And there we go. The final boss of Metroid Fusion, the Omega Metroid.
Alright, Omega. No claws. Cooperate. Alright, here we go.
Law 1.
Oh, come on, Sunlock. That's it.
Good job.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Well done. And that's it. Get your GGs in the Twitch chat.
Let's see his GG's. I'll say that was a great recovery from the 18 minutes behind he was. Just over 2 hours with that kind of death. That's beautiful.
Well done, everybody. GGs. Get them in, get them in, get them in. We'll mark Glenn here as your winner, obviously, and has finished the race with an official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 45 seconds. GG's. We'll wait for Metal Glenn to get in here. Have a little quick post. Is
He's
Metal
not
Glenn
going to be
coming?
No, he needs to go find some food.
I agree. So, all right, Imperial. Was a pleasure doing commentary with you, as always.
I mean, I was looking forward to Autumn Racing Herc, but it looks like that was taken off the schedule for this afternoon.
Boo. It's all good. It's all good. It'll be rescheduled. Not a big deal. All right, folks.
I mean, we do have one more race coming up tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Ronald Rage versus Flash Frost.
Oh, that's going to be a game to watch.
I'm only going to be able to see about an hour of it before I have to go to bed.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, we thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow these runners. Exclamation point R in the Twitch chat to follow the runners. Exclamation point C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. For Loyal Imperial, I'm WXFan21 saying we'll see you next mission.
Bye-bye. Have a good night, everyone.